So guys, I wasn't even going to make a video about this car, but this car I've done a lot of work on, and you've probably seen it sitting here in the background. And I've replaced the floor on this side of the car already, which is a massive pain in the butt. I had to hand fabricate everything, and we kept running into rust, and he didn't want to have the seat taken out. I finally just made a command decision, took the seat out, and I've got a lot of touch-up to do on the transmission bell housing and transmission. But what I really wanted to show you here is what the floor looked like to begin with. And these are a few of our panels. I know that's kind of backlit there, but there's a reason I'm doing it that way, so you can see all the holes in here is like Swiss cheese. It's bringing out in the light. So this metal was just totally rotten, and it was hidden by undercoating. Here's another piece. And you can see there's some pretty complicated bends. Now, I have my own techniques for doing things, but I watch a guy named Fitzy's Fabrications, and I'm adapting a few of his techniques and adding some of my own to it. One of those is these sheet metal screws, self-tappers, and I've been building my own dies for doing this metal. Now, this is not screwed down all the way, but you can see we're perfectly aligned. I built the dies for these to stamp these on the on the lathe, and then put them on the shop press. And you can see our bead rolls in here was perfect. I've got a trim right here, and maybe a little in here. Go strangle some neighbor kids. And did this depression here. These are all for grommets that actually hold down. Where is it? No, I can't get it out, but it's right here. This is like a floor mat, so there's rubber grommets that go around these, and then they stab in to these holes, and then these two holes here are for basically like a rubber bumper, so it doesn't rattle around. Anyway, this was all welded down to the floor, so I had to slice that in the center. I screwed all this down over the original panels, and I hammer formed this. This is how it was originally. It follows the brace. And then bead rolled this and hammer formed as well. And then this is all bead rolled. And it just took some time, but I did it with templating with cereal boxes. Let me see if I can find a template for you here. Okay. So this is one of the templates I built. Like I say, this is a cereal box. And the reason I use those is because of how thin it is. And you can shape it and form it almost like a piece of metal without having to waste metal. I did waste one piece building this section here, but that's the only piece I wasted building this. This all turned out right the first time. And I've been doing this for a long time, and I use just basic tools, bead roller, and of course a shop press, lathe, to build custom dies for these stamping dies. But let me show you what the professionals sent us for a panel in here. Now, this is supposed to emulate this piece here. Drum roll. I don't want to flame the company, but this is classic to Current, and I've had this issue with several cars now with them. This is what they sent us. I'm sorry, but that is just ridiculous. I did this on a cheap Harbor Freight bead roller. I don't know if you can tell the depth of my fingers in there, but that's pretty deep. Now, I made those dies. I actually made these for my Studebaker that I'm doing the gas tank repair on. But when you send me something like this, you can tell there's no depth to that at all. And it looks like the neighbor kid built it. I'm sorry, but that's not useful to me or to my customer. So we took all of this metal and just made the other side with it, and then I discovered that this side was screwed up, and the customer had some metal, and I said, well, let's just form it from flat sheets of metal, which is what I should have done the first time. So I've got a little lip here. I use a paint marker on all this, and you can tell I put notes on there, what I'm supposed to do, where I'm supposed to do it, what I'm not supposed to do. We've got a little bit of a larger gap here. That was just kind of how that turned out when I was trying to free it up from the panel below, but that's not an issue. I just weld it slow. This is more like what you want right here. So I hope this is informative for you guys, and if you'd like to see more of this kind of metal fabrication for the cars, then let me know. This is Reaper, signing off on another one. Like, comment, die.